my oldest was making us run late, of course, because as you know, leaving the house is like it's a whole series of events. It's never just like get in the car. So it's like, oh, I forgot my shoes. I need that water bottle, not this water bottle. I don't want that jacket. So we're running late. And I'm like, oh, they're going to close the gate at school. We got to go. We got to go. And I have to go to Whole Foods after this. And I'm kind of like trying to get him to hurry up. So I do a drop off and we're already late. And he's like, Mama, I really want to show you my classroom today. Can you come in for a couple minutes? And I was like, okay, come show me your classroom. So I decided to just surrender to that moment. I'm already late. And this is an amazing moment. I don't want to miss that because of my idea of time. So I go in and I stay there for about 15 minutes. And then I get back in the car, go to head to the grocery store. There's this intersection that you have to go through to get to the grocery store, and I take it every single time, and there was a massive pileup, like a fresh, massive pileup, and I was just like, "Whoa." Obviously, I don't know when it happened, but, like, the cops and stuff were just getting there, and I'm like, "That could have been me. That could have been my car that was just T-boned," and that happened twice that week at the same intersection. And both times I decided to kind of go with the flow and follow my child's lead with everything. And I was like, this is creepy. And I was like, I'm just going to decide to just like go with everything instead of fighting it, instead of like imposing my own like demands and needs and pressures and to-do lists. So it's not to say I'm abandoning time or anything like that, but it's just appreciate the moments that are in front of you and then trust that they're all for you.
But I also want to say that when things do happen, they they're there for a reason. So, yes, there are remarkable times and there are times that we miss. But when things do happen, when you get in that car accident, when your child gets sick, when you get COVID, whatever it is, it's about learning through it. And as Sylvia Brown used to say, when you have a lesson, it's either a it's to use the car accident analogy, it's either a dented bumper or it's a collision. And so I find it's just like they say, like those people in car accidents that survive are the ones that are most relaxed. And so if something is happening and there's no way, there's nothing you can do in it to do to prevent it, you just relaxing into it. I have found the best, not the best resolution, but I have found that it makes it slightly easier if some crap is happening to just let it flow. Louise Hay had a saying, let the river flow. And I like to think of it not as a river because who's on the river anymore, but I like to think of it like a roller coaster. And you're on this roller coaster and you get to the top and you're going to go down and you know that you're going down no matter what. Do you hold on tight knowing that you're going down, or do you put your hands up in the air? And I will do that actually, like during the day. If I feel like I am trying to control too much, I put my hands up in the air because there's nothing you can do. When
Mhm.
something is happening, people are going to get sick, people are going to pass, animals are going, things are going to happen. It's not, they're not always there. It doesn't mean that the universe isn't with you. It doesn't mean that the universe isn't supporting you. It just means that you're learning from it. I would not be here physically talking to you right now if I had not had every single crap thing happen.
Mhm.
So embracing what happens, and instead of saying why me, say what am I learning from this? And it may
Mhm.
not happen right away if you're grieving or whatever, but you know, it's almost like you have to laugh about it. For instance, I have been so careful with COVID, and I went 2.5 years without catching it. So my family and I decided to go on a vacation this past summer, and we went to Rome, and it was amazing. And we get back, and I tested positive for COVID right away, and all I did was start to laugh because here I'd gone 2.5 years not doing anything, and I finally go, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to put my hands up in the air, and I get COVID. Okay.
Mhm.
Like, what are you going to do? Like, I just
Mhm.
laughed. And to be honest, it was probably more of just like, what the hell? Like, it just happened, but honestly, like, okay, all right, what are you going to do? And I think just surrendering is so powerful.
Mhm.
It's the most power one of the most powerful things we can do for ourselves, especially with people with anxiety and depression, because with people with anxiety and depression, we want to control it because that's how we feel better. But sometimes it makes it worse. So just okay, hands up.
Mhm.
Feels good.
For sure. It's a lot better than gripping on, in my experience as well. It's like we really fight for any amount of perceived control that we think we have, and then just surrendering to whatever it is, and it's what is this doing for me? What can I learn? And just acceptance. It's much easier once you can figure it out. It's the letting go that's hard, but once you let go, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, and I mean, I am, again, I still suffer from depression. My anxiety is definitely waned since I've fallen in and hands up with my calling, but I still have days I just feel like, what the hell? And it doesn't help. Like, we're recording at the end of January, and at least here in New England, we have not had a sunny day since for at least a month now. And it's hard. It's okay. Life is not, if life was not hard, those good times we wouldn't embrace and love even harder.